Yes, people, welcome back to AFTV. Welcome back to the preview. Bring your scarves, bring your voice, bring your belief. It's not Premier League this weekend. It's FA Cup relief. We need it. So when the N5 cannons go boom, on Saturday, it's Be My Love. But on Sunday, it's Get Out the Room. Arsenal are here. Yeah, that's it. Done. Done. Didn't really end that last little bit. This should have kept it as the first phrase. But it's all nice. Good. Right, boys. It's obviously the spillover from last night. That's when we're recording. Fans were up in arms. As you know, it's been split with the fan base with the result. Obviously, we didn't lose. We drew to Brentford. We're doing the preview for Wigan, but I have to get your belief levels right now. It's a new morning. I don't know if you're one of those fans that has a break after, has a deep breath and says, okay, put that behind me, back on mission, win titles, win silverware, or are you still frustrated? Let me just get a check-in before we go into Wigan. You did your fan cam. Dan, I haven't actually heard from you, so I'll start with you, Potsy. Where are you at now? Is it a bit clearer in your head, or is it emotions are still high?
Yeah, I'm still frustrated.
Yep.
Of course I am. I'm concerned. I'm not concerned about Man City. I'm not scared by Man City. I don't have the fear that I've had previously of Man City. But I never really have. I've looked at Man City all season and thought that they were not quite the same as the treble winners and the Centurions. Now, they might not have to be that good, right? Because Arsenal, in my opinion, are not invincible level or unbelievable, but we're still in a good position. My problem is Arsenal, and it's never been the other teams. And at the moment, being 4 points clear, you'd think we'd be quite happy. I think the expectation has changed because the circumstances were we probably should be 9 points clear right now. Not 12 or 15 like some people have gone over the top with, but I think we could have been in a position where last night dropping points wouldn't have mattered because we were already 12 points clear. And now that we were 6 points clear, going down to 4 points clear, I think a lot of people have now started to set in a little bit of PTSD and started to get a bit frustrated and maybe a little bit concerned. My concern is that I don't actually think we played well last night. That's my biggest worry. And what's quite weird, I suppose, this morning is I'm seeing quite a lot of talk about how bad Timber was and how bad Gabriel was and stuff like that. And as much as I agree, I thought they were really bad last night. I kind of feel like they've got enough credit in the bank.
Yeah,
I'm looking at the attack and I'm looking at the midfield. I'm looking at the attacking midfield options and I'm thinking Eze and Ødegaard are doing auditions about who can be the worst at the moment right now. And this is my problem I've got, Our number 9 at the moment, we don't know who it is. So I'm looking at it thinking, we brought in Marino and Havertz to be the 8s to replace Granit Xhaka. Turns out they're probably our best 10 and 9 right now. So I look at it, I think as much as I like some of the touches from Gyökeres and some of the link-up play, I'm still not sure that he's the answer going forward. I'm not sure that Eze is the answer at the moment. I think he had a poor first half. And then I look at the width and I think, what are they offering at the moment? So there's real question marks over everybody in that attack. And that to me has to be a system thing and has to be looked at and improved by the manager for sure.
Well, Dan, I come to you. See, you had quite a strong rant on the fan cams after I saw you outside the stadium. And I have to say, I commend people that can kind of take a step back straight after a game because emotions are crazy high. You've just witnessed what you've witnessed, and we are emotional. We are an emotional fan base, of course we are. We want to see Arsenal win the league, and you gave a rant to say, listen, we've seen title races before. You've seen title races before. You've seen us win the trophies, Premier League. It's not going to be smooth sailing, and I think that's the right way to go about it. But where are you at today? Do you still have that message? Still back the boys, guys, lock in, all of that?
My thing is, right, I'm fuming as well.
No, same.
I've watched the performance. I've travelled to West London. I've drove here an hour and a half.
There's anger in us.
I've watched the game. I'm fuming. The moment I've come out that stadium, I'm fuming.
Yeah,
in-house, you know what I mean? I'm fuming. I might be digging out players and whatnot, but when, like we said, the players watch this and stuff like that. Listen, they need to be dug out at times. Don't get me wrong. I said certain players that I didn't
criticise.
Understandable, but for me, you can't be sitting there saying we're not going to win nothing, we're fucking shit, and that's too much, man. You need to be behind the team in this moment through adversity. Like if this was any other team, they wouldn't be doing that. But I hear it's because they've won trophies. They've won. If we'd won the Premier League last year, none of us would be in this panic mode now. It's PTSD, as Dan said. That's what it is. We've all got it. Whether you're Arteta in or Arteta out, it doesn't matter. It's 22 years that we've not won a Premier League title. Forget Arteta's time, going back to Wenger's barren years. We've not won a Premier League since 2004. And you've got all the other fans loving this. This whole thing, this bottle job. Listen, if there was social media in 1989, my dad always tells me that, we nearly bottled that, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, it's true.
We drew 2 games that we should have won. I think it was Wimbledon and Ipswich. I can't remember the exact games. I wasn't even alive then, but we had to go and beat Liverpool in the last day, and we've done it. And everyone keeps saying Man City. A lot of people have said, they've said it on your channel. People down have said,
I've had people messaging me galore.
No, but they've said, like, let's class that as a loss. Let's not class that as a loss. Like, if we have to go to Man City and win, then that's what you have to do. That's what you have to do to win Premier League titles.
We should have to go to Man City and win. I don't want to go to Man City and go, just don't lose. Go beat them. Go beat them.
And even if we were 12 or 9 points clear, I'd still want us to go and beat City,
Facts.
like regardless. Like, it doesn't matter. That you want to beat the team that's supposed to be chasing you anyway, and beat the best teams. Like, that's nonsense. That's all nonsense. But I had to get just a check in because I've been walking to here. I was on the train and people stopped me like, oh, and people doing the whole thing. Oh, is it going to be this? You're going to bottle it again, a second again. We are all frustrated, of course, but there is always daylight. We are still 4 points clear.
It was 4 points. Then it went to 6. It was 6. Then it went to 4.
Yeah.
It's been like that all season.
Exactly. At one point it was 2.
You know what I mean?
At one point it was 2.
The only time it's went to 9 was when we played an extra game. And this is what you're going to hear now. You were 9 points clear. Yeah, for 24 hours.
Facts.
I don't care. Let's make sure we're 7 points clear by being Wolves. And
there you
put
go.
the pressure on them.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm saying.
And next week, it could be a whole different. Everyone could be happy again.
Well, that's what it's got to be.
Exactly.
Do you know what? Just touch off the back of that very quickly.
Go on.
I was very, very lucky. I was spoilt when I was young, right? Because I used to win. We used to win all the time.
Yeah.
93 Cup double, 94 Cup Winners' Cup, and then it went through the Wenger years and Invincible years. The reason I had difference back then was if I was 4 points and I'd missed out at 6 points, I'd be confident. I'm like, this team know what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
This team know how to win. I think the problem we've got is this team don't know how to win yet, and the manager doesn't know how to win with this group of players yet. Once we do that, I tell you, next season, if we win this league, next season, I won't be feeling all PTSD at Man City.
True,
Remember the
true,
6
true.
points?
Well,
remember the 4 points?
Exactly
It'll be
that.
all last season. All right, let's calm. We know what to do. We've got to do it.
We've been here
and
before.
I can't say that yet, which is why I can't sit there with my chest out where you've been trying to recruit me for weeks. I can't sit there saying, we've done it. We're going to go do it. I get my chest out. We won the league. I can't do it because of these reasons, man.
Fair. All right, well,
I just want to touch quickly on Timber and Gabriel.
Briefly.
Just very quickly. I know Dan says they got credit in the bank, and they have. They've probably been our two, if not two out of 3
Magalhaes has
best
been
players,
unbelievable.
Right? Unbelievable. But the fact that City did just win them 2 games and then they haven't put in a performance like that, we kind of need them to be every
Get back
single.
on it.
Do you know what I mean? So that was a little bit concerning that we see Gabriel having them odd. He had a few bozo moments that he doesn't have that in his game now.
Yeah.
And he had a few shaky moments, and so did Timber. And it's like, is that the pressure? I hope it's not, and it's just a one-off bad game.
Well, hopefully that is. And like I said, next week it could be all different. It could be 7 points clear. Everyone's happy again. I just wanted to do this. You might have skipped that hangover, spillover from what we spoke about from last night. We had to kind of sometimes let it out because this is also February for us as Arsenal fans are speaking out. But let's get to why you're here. Obviously, the Wigan preview. Before we get to Wigan, just remember, obviously, we played Portsmouth in the last round. We beat them 4-1. They actually scored first, and they were elated. It was loud. It was like, and I was sitting in there thinking, Rob. No way. This is was there, and I was like, "There's no way this is going to be an FA Cup magic moment." But in the end, we obviously ended up winning 4-1 thanks to some set pieces, which we might see again against Wigan. But I think we should be able to get a job done without doing that. Let's go to Wigan. Let's go to your thoughts and feelings. Is this a game that's geared up to be a big battering? Is it a bring the confidence back into Arsenal? How do you see this game going? How are you feeling for it?
This is like deja vu after we lost to United, you know, when I done the Kirat preview.
Oh yeah,
I swear to you.
Oh my God, that was a tough game as well.
Honestly, yeah. So we've just had a tough game, and now look, it's a breather for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, it's relief.
That's what it is. It's a breather.
FA Cup relief.
It's a reset. We're playing Wigan. Got good memories against Wigan. Last time we played them in the FA Cup, when it was a nervy game. I think it was Per Mertesacker.
Correct. 1-1.
Yeah.
To make it. Yeah.
In extra time.
Yep.
Kim Kallstrom scoring on penalties.
Went to penalties, yeah, 4-2
we
win.
ended up going on to win the FA Cup. And then, of course, Highbury 2006, Thierry Henry kissing the ground, Pippin Tottenham for 4th, 2006. So good memories playing against Wigan. You know, I've looked at them. They're top goal scorers.
That was the last game of Highbury, yeah, right. And he took the grass.
Yeah.
Oh, well remembered, yeah, fair.
The top goal scorer's got 4 goals. Yeah.
Oh, good, you've done it. I like that.
They're 22nd in League One, so... You know,
there's a new manager bounce as well.
Correct. You come prepared. I like this. Come on, I was going to give you all the information.
That's 2 new manager bounces now.
Crazy.
What's going on
back to back.
But I can't see them being a problem. I think it'll be wholesale changes. I think we made 9 changes against Portsmouth. I think there'll be 10 changes probably. Look, I keep saying Gyökeres should play in these games to score, but he does score now. He scored against Sunderland and he wasn't good against Brentford. So I think that's what you're going to get with Gyökeres. He's going to be good in certain games. He's not going to be a consistent goal scorer, consistent good performances, but he will get you goals here and there. Whether that's enough for us to go and win a Premier League or a Champions League or an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, I think it'll be wholesale changes. And listen, players like Eze, if there's ever a game, look, it's clear Arteta's losing patience with him. To hook him off at half time,
that was damning.
That shows.
Yeah, that was damning, I can't lie.
So listen, Eze, he played against Portsmouth and he didn't really do anything. He had a few decent moments here and there. That's why Wanyeri, I mean, I don't think he should have been loaned out at all.
Don't get me started.
Crazy decision.
The thing is, I think he wanted to go because when they asked Arteta about it in his press conference, he said, you know, the player, he kind of alluded to that the player knocked on his door and wanted to go. And when Marino got injured, he was like, you could see he was gutted. They asked him, can you call him back? And he was like, you can't do that.
You can't do that.
But listen, the same thing happened last year. Havertz got injured and we didn't get a striker. And then Havertz got injured. Do you remember?
Yeah, sure, yeah. It's literally this time last year.
Listen, Wanyeri, I would love to see him
Dubai.
playing in this game, but obviously he's not here, so we move on from that. I would like to see Norgard probably get a game.
Yep.
Mosquera will probably play. Hincapié will probably play. Obviously Havertz is out. Maybe Saka might get a start because listen, Saka, I've been saying this. We need Saka. We need that. We need Bukayo Saka of 23, 24 of last season, the first half of last season. We need that Saka, and maybe this game against Wigan at home at the Emirates in front of all, you know, where there's not too much riding on the game. If Saka can go and get a few goals, it could really boost his confidence going in. Because listen, Saka has most seasons he's kind of tailed off at this time, whereas now he's just coming back from an injury. I'm hoping that Saka can do something in this game and maybe push him on for the rest of the season.
Okay, interesting. I mean, Saka, they might be saying he might. Well, Dan's wanting him to play, but he might be rested because there's obviously a big game, North London derby coming up next weekend, and you want him fine for that. He steps up in big games. Dan Potts, for you, Wigan this Sunday. Just give me your thoughts, initial thoughts and feelings around the game. Obviously, 4:30 this Sunday. How are you feeling for that game?
Well, look, it's fitting we're standing in front of Arsene Wenger. Obviously, 7 FA Cups that he won. Nobody else has won more than him. But I look at this game as an important one because I want to go far in this competition and I want to go essentially out to win it. I know that people are looking at other priorities and a lot of people are saying the Carabao Cup this season is probably more important than the FA Cup. And I would kind of agree with that in the fact that if we win that in March, it will give us that kind of momentum to kick on and go and do something again in May. If you go and win the FA Cup, great, but that's going to kind of wait until the last sort of game of the season in the league as well. So I think the Carabao Cup could be more important this season. Against Wigan, look, I've never ever disrespect any opponent that comes here because they're going to have absolutely nothing to lose. So we have to turn it on. And I think it's a chance for some of these players to knock on the door. It's a chance for us to make some wholesale changes.
They've had many chances, you know.
Yeah,
they have.
I'll be honest.
They have. I don't know if some of them have actually. I've seen enough from some of them. I'll be honest with you, but I think there's also an opportunity for a player like Lewis Skelly to get some minutes, a player like Norgard to get some minutes. So I think probably two alongside Ethan Waneri, who's now gone out on loan, that probably haven't had as many minutes this season as maybe they deserved. I think Noni Madueke will probably get the nod unless he does want to play Saka and give him some minutes. But I need to see if Madueke's starting. I need to see some output from Noni Madueke. We saw here last night. We got the headed goal.
Good goal, by the way.
I need to see that more consistently now because I feel like he does it in glimpses. And look, I like watching him when he's taking on players, but I need to see what he's doing in the final third a little bit more for me because he's kind of a guy that I'm sure at Christmas Day he opens his presents and then wraps them up and opens them again. I mean, honestly, this guy, once he beats one man, he wants to go beat him again. Like, you've done that, man. Move on to the next one. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I love Noni. I want to see him do well, but I need to watch a lot with him now and see some goals. So I was pleased for him last night, man. But big game against Wigan, we got to get through, man.
Don't give me your score prediction, but do you care if it's a battering? Do you want to see a battering, or do you not? As long as it's one of those things like we say in the Premier League, just win the game.
I always want to win the game and go through in a cup game, right? You always want to, but I feel like we should, even with wholesale changes, comfortably win this game. Okay. So that's what I'm looking to do, man.
Right, let me give context then to what we're facing. Wigan, you guys gave some good insights, and thank you for bringing that to the table. Ryan Lowe was their manager. They sacked him after a heavy defeat against Peterborough. I think it was 6-1. So after that game, and they haven't actually won it in the league since last year. Last game they won officially, or all competitions, was the FA Cup game against Preston North End. They won 1-0. So they're in terrible form. They're sitting third from bottom in their league, which you mentioned as well. They're in relegation form. They're weak. Their away form as well is as bad as, well, even worse than their home form. They're really bad on the road as well. So there's all kind of, I think that's all the messages I need to. Oh, you spoke about is the top goal scorer. Yeah, I think it's something Murray. I'm gonna do one check. Forgive me for getting my phone. Very unprofessional of me, in my opinion. Fraser Murray's joint top goal scorer with 5 goals. Okay, and also I've looked at to their youth team prospectors, Harrison Batoni, who I'm going to be seeing next week. Obviously, I mentor players with my company. I'm going to Wigan next week, so hopefully we smoke them, and then I don't go meet their youth team and try and mentor them, and they're not laughing at me. Because that'll be very interesting.
That'll be embarrassing for you, bro.
That'll be very painful. But that's kind of around. Yeah, I'm looking at all the tables now. They're sitting 22nd. That's all the context you kind of need. They're a team.
Surely, Cecil, they'll be resting players themselves probably.
They're
in a relegation
Facts.
dogfight in League One. So
Facts.
as much as we're going to rotate, they're probably going to rotate. So yeah, listen, it has to be a minimum of 3-0. A minimum. You're going to have a lot of, there'll be a lot of people that won't go to this game. People will be bringing their kids and that. So put a show on, Arsenal. Put a show on. Let us get over the heartache of yesterday. Although it was only a draw, it wasn't a loss, but still everyone's feeling a bit low. So go and put in a performance, score some goals, and hopefully, look, I want some of the key players to put good performances. I would like Saka, whether he comes on for half an hour or not. I would like Gyökeres. I'd like these players, Noni Madueke, as Dan alluded to. Eze, if Eze could, Eze is a confidence player. And I would love for Eze to go out there and just play a bit more freely. Let the shackles off. Mikel as well, to let the shackles off a bit, because you don't need that much structure going up against a struggling Wigan side in League One. Surely
Fair.
You can kind of play a little bit. And listen, confidence breeds winning, and listen, let's just go and do the job, put a show on for the fans.
That's what it is. I think the fans want to see a show from Arsenal. Let me just give a small little last bits of context. Martin Odegaard was seen in the mix zone last night limping as he came off, so I don't know if he's going to be. He probably won't. He might not start. He probably won't figure. Hopefully, it's only something minor. That's one thing I have to mention. Also, we're gonna have the worst disciplinary record this season so far as well. They've got abundance of red cards, so please just don't injure our players on Sunday. That's all, bro. I don't care. Obviously, we want to win, but please just allow us. Like, don't be. And listen, not gonna be salty and try and take out our players. But you never know. Please, Wigan, just don't do that. So disciplinary record is.
We're gonna have won
bad.
the FA Cup as well, haven't they?
And we're going to have one in the FA Cup. I was there in that final against Man City. Yeah,
Oh.
randomly I was there against City. Yeah, there's actually a photo, I think it's 2012, and I say, I wish one day I'm playing or working on this pitch. It's on my Instagram. But yeah, weirdly, it was that Wigan game. Anyway, right, quick questions, quickly. One name. Who needs a big performance in this game? Who's your one player that says, you need to show me something because we need you in this title running?
Eberechi Eze.
Yep.
Yeah, he's the one for me. I think when Odegaard's given you an opportunity to play ahead of you, Kai Havertz is now injured, Marino's injured, Ethan's on loan. There's only one place for him. It's not like he's earned that place. He's been given it. So go keep it, man. I need to see more from Eze.
You?
I'll go for Bukayo Saka.
Oh.
Yeah, well, I just listen.
A lot of fans are turning on him.
Yeah, exactly. Look, and listen, I'm the first to say he's been nowhere near. Nowhere near his level. That's a fact, but he's been our best player for 5 to 6 years. And I've said it, you can go back to my old clips from the start of the season, and I've said if we're going to do something special, we need the best of Bukayo Saka, and we haven't had it. And we're still on the verge of doing something special. But this is the part of the season. This is the key games now. These are the big moments. I remember last year people rubbing him out. Then he went and scored at the Bernabeu in a big game. And we've got big Champions League games. We need Saka for them.
Yeah.
We've got big league games coming up. Like you said, the Spurs, North London derby. He always seems to come alive in these games. So I hope that Bukayo Saka gets on that field on Sunday and can put in a good performance.
Right, let me get your score predictions, boys. Before I do that, I want to ask the people watching and listening, can we do it on all 4 fronts? That's not me saying, can we win all 4 trophies? Don't confuse that. I'm just saying, are we feeling the effects of trying to do it on all 4 fronts? Of course, we're in every competition, we're going to want to win them and try to win them. But are we suffering because of that? Because I keep hearing fans say, and I keep seeing it, we start slow. It's like we're preserving ourselves because we're thinking, there's a lot of games coming up. We can't go full out attack and just batter teams. Is that something that you guys are thinking and feeling? Can we do it on all 4 fronts at the level, or we're not going to sacrifice a trophy, but do you think that could be, I don't want to say actually, that sounds like it's a bigger fish to fry sort of conversation. We don't want to be doing that, but I'm just wondering from you guys, do you think Arsenal can keep up to this level on all 4 fronts and keep going in all these competitions, or will one have to be sacrificed?
I think we should go into the deep stages of all 4 competitions, whether that means we get to the final everything or win everything or what that means. I don't think we should be chucking a competition just so that we could try to win a game against Everton at home or something like that. So for me, I think we need to be serious about all 4. We've built a squad that's been able to compete on all fronts. That's what we should be as an Arsenal Football Club.
Correct.
What I will say is if it gets to a stage where we go all out against someone and we then, lose a couple of games, we'll be disappointed. But in the same respect, I kind of feel like we should be taking every game seriously.
Okay, but thank you. That's all I wanted to hear. That's literally it. So we got the squad for it. Keep going for it. Should be getting deep in all the competitions. We are in the final of 1, and then sitting comfortably at the top of the Premier League. Right, score prediction starting with you. Positive Dan, goodness therapy. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go.
You said minimum 3-0 earlier.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go. I'll go 6-0. I'll go 6-0.
I like that though.
I'll go 6-0.
I like that. It ain't gonna be 6-0, but I like it. I do like it.
Change your name to Super Positive Dan. Yeah,
I
mate.
like it.
I'll go 6.
I hope he's right.
I hope he's right as well. But the clip, if it was like 1-1 or like 2-1, it's gonna be crazy.
No, I go 6-0.
like Kyrat as well. Like we thought it was gonna.
The
But
thing is,
anyway.
he was actually hesitating, so I don't know if he was going to go for 5 or 7. That's my problem.
Yeah, he didn't know which way he was
Yeah.
gonna go. Keep it close or go like 10. To be fair, listen, City, they smacked the team like 9-0. Obviously, they got
listen,
Salford City
I
as
was
well
arguing
coming up. So
on your show, Dan, about who had scored more goals, Arsenal or Man City.
Yeah, you was.
And people in the comments, right? I said in the Champions League and Premier League,
In all
Arsenal
competitions,
scored
yeah.
more. Just Premier League and Champions League. I didn't include the FA Cup.
Oh, okay.
Because they had scored
of
10
course,
against
yeah, they got 10 against Exeter.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. And
Do
they
you know
got
what I mean?
Salford City next.
So,
So like, do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
No,
all right.
Cecil, I'm saying 6-0. Listen, not the way we're playing. I don't expect us to get a 6-0 win. In general, you wouldn't think that. I'm looking at how bad they are.
Yeah, they do. I hear that. They lead goals. Yeah,
they
bro.
just
Yeah.
conceded 6 in the last game to Peterborough. Why
Facts.
can't we score 6 at the Emirates? Come on, let's be real.
Okay.
It's got to be at least 5 or 6-0.
I hear it. No, I know it sounds
Dan-
I hope
mad.
he's right, bruv. I hope he's right. Look,
So where are you going? 1-0?
Yeah. 1-0, 90th minute. I'll go.
No.
No.
Ollie Gherkin will pop up again. No, look, I'm going 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-0 because I think that should be a realistic target for us. I'm agreeing with Dan. I think we should be comfortably beating them.
Yeah.
They're struggling at the moment, and Arsenal got some players who need to step up. So I'll go 3-0 Arsenal, mate.
I'll keep it short. I was going to go 3-0, but Dan's gone 3-0. I'm going to go 4-0.
Love that.
Why not? 4-0. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. This Sunday in the FA Cup 4th round, it's Arsenal versus Wigan. That is it. Thank you to Positive Dan from Greeners Therapy. Thank you for Dan Potts from the 12th Man Podcast. We are out. We are gone. We're gone.
We gone.
We're gone.